Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the NXT Takeover WarGames recap, brought to you by the SmackDown podcast. I'm your host, Katie Baby. You both didn't say you just did the motion.
No, you're the only one allowed to say it.
That was amazing. Just the quiet. Oh, man. So, obviously, as you can see, I am not joined by my usual squad. I was left alone, but these lovely gentlemen stepped up. So we have Bama Dave.
What's up, everybody? Good to be here.
And we have the child prodigy himself, Loyalty J.
What is up, people?
Hiding in his closet.
Hiding in his closet.
I'm out of the closet. I'm in my room. I couldn't find my Era t-shirt. I'm mad.
I didn't even think about putting my Era shirt on.
If I had one, I'd be wearing it right now.
It's the undisputed gold.
But I gotta stick with the gimmick. So
I'm just exhausted, so I'm just wearing a hoodie.
I'm just excellent, so I'm just here.
That's
Nothing
enough
on
out
the
of you. Thank you to everyone who's watching us. We're currently live on twitch.tv/putting you over.
absolutely.
You can find us every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and the occasional Saturday, Sunday, depending on pay-per-views, like tonight, Sunday night. If you miss the live streams, we have the video form of the podcast up on our YouTube page, youtube.com/SmackDrawPodcast. Hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. Subscribe while you're over there. We are almost to 200. I say this every time. Just go subscribe. We're almost there.
Hit the
Please.
button. Come on.
Just
Please.
you don't gotta watch our videos. Just hit it.
Well, no, watch the videos. Too.
Watch our videos. Watch our videos.
Like and comment and share.
Do all that fun stuff. If you don't like watching your podcasts, we have the audio form on basically every podcast platform you can think of. So, like, if you don't really feel like watching, I get it. You can just listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a 5-star on Apple.
Yeah. We're good to go to sleep by.
Oh my god. We also are technically still the recap for Wrestling News World. Head on over to the website, bookmark the page, make it your home for all of wrestling news, wants, and needs. Check out their articles, their podcasts, their premium content. And help support the show, not only by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, downloading, all of that fun stuff, but heading over to our Patreon, patreon.com/SmackDrawPodcast. Oh, I haven't had to do this in a while. This is usually Kevin's job.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. You can get early access to our pre-recorded YouTube videos, sticker packs, which I do have a sticker right here. Maybe spread demon on it. You can submit a video question or video hot take that'll be featured on the UWO, or Unpopular Wrestling Opinions, once that makes its return again. If you do the $25 tier, not only will you get all of that fun stuff I just said, but you will also get a t-shirt. It comes in a variety of colors and color logos. And we will advertise whatever you would like. Your Twitch, your Instagram, your Twitter, what have you. We will
Just
advertise it for a month. Ask D-Rod, the naked streamer himself. We advertised him the entire month of September. Trust me, I remember.
Kyle. Which pain, Kyle.
Oh well.
let's talk about WarGames.
You can't say it like that. You gotta say it like WarGames.
No.
No. Okay.
No, try it again.
Go ahead,
No,
Jay.
you can do it, Bama Dave. Go for it. Go for it. No, you got it.
All right. Let's talk about WarGames.
Ow. To everyone listening, I'm so sorry.
You gotta channel your Regal. He just lets it all out.
So, War Games, I'm not going to scream it,
Yeah.
but
Boo.
overall, how'd you guys feel about the pay per view? The takeover, if you
5
will.
scale of 1 to 10, 11.
Hell yeah. Pay-per-view of the year.
I would agree.
Pay per view of the year. It was damn
Mhm.
good. I mean, the women's match, nothing short of spectacular. Tommaso and Thatcher, brutal as all hell. The strap match was a little bit of entertainment, like
Mhm.
some funny moments thrown in there. The triple threat, amazing. And then, of course, the men's War Games match was just,
Match of the night.
it was just, frankly, undisputed.
I love what you did there.
Hell
Love
yeah.
that.
Hell yeah. I mean, you can barely see him, but I got my little Adam Cole. He's my sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
He's always just chilling, watching with me.
Oh, I can't get my pinky out.
Jesus
You
Christ.
can't do it?
I can't get my pinky out.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Whatever.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the women's match.
Oh yes.
So,
B. Wiper said, unfortunately, that was her least favorite match. Sorry.
that's all right, Vanessa. That's all right.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
I mean, I will say they definitely could have hit a lot harder. Some of those shots looked weak.
Yeah.
But we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So obviously it was Team Candice, which consisted of Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Tony Storm, taking on Team Shotzi, which was Shotzi Blackheart, Rhea Ripley, Ember Moon, and the NXT Women's Champ Io Shirai.
Right.
Shotzi has a new tank, and it's badass.
Yes, it is.
It shoots.
It does.
That's freaking scary as hell.
Yeah, it shoots friggin' missiles.
It was awesome.
That's what we like to
Dakota
see.
Kai almost.
Absolutely.
It was
It sh-
almost murder.
Jay's
Almost.
favorite thing, kayfabe murder.
Kayfabe murder.
Kayfabe murder. You gotta specify.
Kayfabe.
But
Kayfabe.
Team Shotzi had the advantage going into this, so we started it off with Dakota Kai and Ember Moon. Obviously, two of the best kickers, at least, like kick game
Yes.
strong on
Pure,
both.
definitely two great pure strikers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then Shotzi, once the 5 minutes is up, Shotzi comes in next. She grabs a crowbar and a toolbox.
And then doesn't even use them.
Yeah.
They used the hammer or the rubber. What it looked plastic.
Yeah, but she didn't use them. So why
Yeah, she didn't use them.
you're gonna get them, bring them in, throw them down, and then not use them?
Yeah, that
Interesting.
was.
Random.
Yeah,
Very.
I feel like she should have used them. But after the 3 minutes, then we see Raquel Gonzalez come in. Turning point, obviously, because biggest woman in the match until Rhea comes in the following 3 minutes. Them going toe to toe, still amazing.
Yes. Yes.
I like that Rhea took her belt off at one point and like wrapped it around Dakota Kai and kind of just like threw her into the cage.
Yep.
Freaking amazing.
Oh, so good.
That was a receipt for Tegan Knox.
You're damn right.
Do y'all
I'm
think Tegan
still
Knox would have
mad
been in
about it.
this?
Yeah,
If she hadn't been injured, yeah,
100%.
Yeah. She would have been in there instead of Io.
And Io probably would have had a championship match tonight.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm still bitter about Tegan Knox getting taken out by Dakota Kai last year.
That was
Yep.
cool.
Turn of the year. Turn of the year.
I'm still sad.
Gave
Phenomenal.
me Gargano vibes. Gargano and Ciampa
Yeah.
vibes.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what it was.
Exactly.
let's see. Oh, and then Tony Storm was up next. She brought in some kendo sticks, because everyone loves a good kendo stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 2020 has been the year of the kendo stick. They're everywhere. They're on every single show at some point. It's crazy.
It's an easy weapon to use.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those kendo stick shots though, they're weak. I'm telling you, I don't know why.
I know.
They coulda, and they shoulda laid in a lot harder.
Yeah.
Dominic Mysterio type stuff. They should have done that.
Oh yeah.
Tie Rhea to the ropes, and just start smashing on her.
Jesus.
Halfway through this match, two things hit me. Number one, this is why it sucks to be the lead off unless you're ready. And two, man, did they need a crowd.
Yeah.
They needed a crowd so bad. There were 2 times that Raquel was trying to say under her breath, "Do this to me," and I still heard her.
Same with
Yeah.
there was one spot when it was like the towers on each side, basically,
Yeah.
and I heard Ember count down.
Yep. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, whoop. Exactly. Yeah. If there's a crowd there, you don't hear that stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, callouts really tanked. Really
Yeah.
Tank.
helped this match. You see?
Funny. Next was the final member of Team Shotzi, but it was Io. Raquel would not let her come in at all.
No.
Brilliant.
Every chance she tried to open the door, Raquel would just kind of hit her with it or just like kick something into her. Like she used, I can't remember who. I think Ember, because Io tried to climb the cage at one point. Used Ember
to knock her off. Yeah.
just like a
Little tap.
Yep.
little classic.
Little love tap.
Little love tap.
Classic. And that goes on for the entire 3 minutes because now Candice is out. She's the last person out of the cages.
Yep.
She comes in. Obviously, her and Io have a nice standoff. Indy Hartwell comes out. They obviously attack Io. And then Candice goes inside, has Indy lock the cage, put the key down her shirt, because she's like, to the ref, she's like, come get it. Like, you won't. Which is smart, but stupid at the same time.
Yeah, a little bit of both there, for sure.
A little bit of both. But they start obviously beating down Team Shotzi because it's 4-on-3.
Beating them.
Unbelievable.
Like, beating them down. Like, at one point, all 4 of them surround Shotzi and just start whacking her with kendos.
Yep.
Candice tries to go for a pin, and the ref's like, I can't.
Can't do it. Got to have them all in the ring. Yeah.
Candice was like, the door's shut. What do you mean? That's locked. That's what that means.
Yep.
No. It has been specified. Candice was in the WarGames match last year. She knows.
Yep. Exactly.
These heel tactics, man.
Heel tactics, yeah. All 8 competitors must be in the ring.
For WarGames to begin.
Exactly. Well, it doesn't take long after that for
one
of the best, like, especially GIF-worthy now.
Oh, absolutely.
Io on top of the cage with the garbage.
It's a bird.
With
it's
the
a
garbage
plane.
can.
It's Io.
It's Io.
The trash man.
Jumping off of the cage with basically just wearing the trash can into the crowd of competitors. Which,
at least she was kind of protected. I mean, like, no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, yeah, she was protected, and they caught her. Unlike nobody caught Pat later in the night. That was so funny.
Oh, but that was cool.
Nobody caught him. It was kind of funny.
I did like that. If I'm not mistaken, Io's the shortest competitor in this match.
Probably.
If I'm not mistaken, maybe only Ember is shorter than her. Maybe.
I think Candice is the smallest.
Possibly. But to me, it put a lot of emphasis on how afraid they were of her by everything they tried to do. Even to the point where when she finally got in the ring and she just unleashed on everybody for like 30, 45 seconds. And then Wade Barrett even said this is why they went to such lengths to keep her out because look how dangerous she is.
She's
So
she's the
I lo-
NXT Women's Champion. She better be freaking amazing in that
yeah,
match.
absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah, for
So
sure.
from there, it is wargame matches are so hard to like take notes for because
Yes, so much going on.
so much going on. But I tried to get the highlights, if you will.
Hmm.
There was a double stomp by Dakota Kai onto Io Shirai, who was again wearing the trash can,
Yes.
smashed it on it. Like Io was like stuck.
Yeah,
I thought like it was a botch. Like I thought Io was really hurt.
I did
I
too.
thought maybe like her knee hit her in the face or something, and it like popped her
Yeah,
nose.
yeah. When that thing caved, I thought, oh my god, they just cut her open with the edge of that thing. Somebody needs to check her.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was scary.
there was the Eclipse by Ember to
Oh,
Dakota
so good.
Kai on the two chairs.
Phenomenal.
Dakota sold that so well.
Oh yeah, Dakota's a great seller.
Incredible. Incredible.
There was the Storm Zero done by Tony onto the trash can.
Beautiful.
Shotzi off the top of a ladder because, of course, she brought ladders in. Onto Candace, which Candace was also holding a chair. So she basically
And
just.
and motioned when to jump.
Yes, she did.
That's the little stuff. I'm like, is there any way you could do this non-verbally or non something like blink twice? Something to let me know you're ready. It just
Yeah, I mean,
You would
that's.
think they would have already had this ready, like down.
yeah, especially because like you just said, Katie, all the previous 3 or 4 things you just said, now you're building momentum and oh my god, this is getting so good, so good, so good. Now all of a sudden, yeah, okay. It just you just took me right out again. It just
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it. That was sloppy, but what wasn't sloppy was the finish, which was a single arm power bomb onto the ladder that was in between both rings. They called it no man's land, as they usually do.
Yep.
Raquel slams Io, of all people, Io through that ladder and gets the pin.
Yes.
Raquel Gonzalez pins Io Shirai in
Yes.
WarGames.
As she should have.
Yes.
What?
If anybody was gonna pin Io, it should be the biggest woman on the other
Io
team.
shouldn't have been pinned.
Well, if it was gonna go that way, it should have been. It should always be Raquel.
I'm not afraid of Io getting pinned.
There am I.
I just.
She doesn't have momentum for anything. There's no feud for her.
That's what I'm
Now
saying.
there
There's
is a
Well,
feud.
yeah, now there
yeah,
is.
exactly. That's why now there's a feud. So
Exactly.
yeah,
I just.
Long term.
and I wonder if this will also plant seeds of dissension between Dakota and Raquel. Why do you get a shot? I won in this match too. Yeah, but I got the pin, so I set her up for you. So there
Well,
could be.
you're my acquaintance. You're not.
I brought you in. Nobody would know who you are, Raquel, if it wasn't for me. I mean, they can go full Sean Diesel here. Why not?
Yeah.
And let Dakota turn on her, but not until after this is over because I don't want Raquel to be a face anytime soon. She's way too good at playing this role, and
Or Dakota as a face.
wow, she's doing such a good job right now.
I know, but like, I like Raquel as a heel, and if she becomes champion, let's say like she becomes champion, Dakota Kai turning face would be better than Raquel turning face. It's always good when the tall people are the heel.
No, I agree with that. That's why it was kind of a little weird when Rhea and Io went at it the first time because Rhea's bigger than her, so it kind of looked a little awkward. But no, I get it. I just think that it's a good setup. I think Raquel. I think we said this on a previous podcast. Raquel is the most improved woman on the NXT roster by far, and so this just means they're strapping a rocket to her. They're going to give her a shot. Probably, is there a takeover right before Rumble this year? Have we looked far enough ahead? Do we know?
I have no idea.
I know
probably
they
will
said.
be.
I know they advertised New Year's Evil on my birthday, January 6th. So if that's maybe
My mom's
that's where
birthday too.
Maybe that's where the match is going to be. Maybe we'll see Raquel versus Io with that.
Maybe. New Year's Eve.
It's weird. It's already gonna be New Year's.
Yeah, dude, and it's December.
I know, but it's just weird. Like
I'm
I
staying up
forgot.
till I'm staying up till 1 a.m. to make sure this year ends.
We're just gonna hear zombies outside, and there's gonna be like 2020 Part 2.
Get out. Shut up, Jay. Stop.
I
A
thought
great-
I would have rather like New Year's Revolution for like.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought they were doing,
Yeah.
honestly, with that whole promo package thing.
Or Armageddon.
You just want them to bring back all of the old pay-per-views, don't you?
Let's bring back Taboo Tuesday. Forget it, man.
Let's say yeah, WCW, which is what they've been using, it was sold out in January. That was the first pay-per-view of the year. But they're not going to use that.
I didn't know that. But let's move on. We got a quick little Finn Balor promo, basically saying, "Enjoy WarGames tonight. When the sirens stop, the cages are raised. Team sports is over. Wednesday, all eyes go back on the Prince."
Next feud, I wonder. Was it
I
gonna be?
wonder who else.
Interesting. I don't know.
Interesting.
Who else had a vignette saying they were going to be back soon?
Oh, I don't know.
Tick, tock, tick.
I guess we'll just have to wait until we get there.
They're gonna swerve us, and it's gonna be Pete Dunne. They're gonna swerve us, and it's gonna be Pete Dunne.
Out of here.
It's gonna be funny. Watch, there. Everybody's thinking him, and it's just gonna be Pete Dunne.
It's not
Which I
gonna
wouldn't
be-
mind a Pete Dunne and Finn Balor match.
That match would
I
be
actually
really
want
cool.
that. It'd be amazing.
But it's not going to be Pete Dunne. It's going to be Karrion Kross. But we'll talk about it.
Maybe.
Second match of the night was probably by far the most brutal. Tommaso Ciampa taking on Timothy Thatcher.
You talk about pull no punches. Oh my gosh.
Freaking. Oh.
Bama,
thought
you want
Thatcher
you want
was
to talk you want to talk about the match?
Go, Bama.
Let me just ask this one question. Was it even a wrestling match or was it a legit shoot fight? It felt like it at some points. It felt like they said, look, no holes barred. Best man wins. Let's go show what a real fight looks like. It felt that way.
It did.
I liked it. It was like it gave me like you have two guys and they meet in an alley and they just decide, you know what, let's go at it.
It was
It's
a
just
it was a slugfest.
It's two alphas saying last man that can pick himself up is the winner, basically. Incredible.
It was cool. It was really something.
It's really something.
Something.
I mean,
Uh,
the only
Brutal.
the only other question I have about it, and this is where please answer, is did the right guy go over?
I don't know.
Well, let me build up to that question.
Go ahead, please.
So, obviously, they kept talking about on commentary, Ciampa's history of issues and surgeries, like his knee, mainly his neck, which I talked about it on the NXT one. Scares the shit out of me. Like he sells it too well. It makes me
Yep.
so nervous.
It's like
And-
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
Or Edge.
or Edge. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they sell it too well. Like stop going for their neck, and that was Thatcher's main goal basically this entire match, which Thatcher owned about 80% of this match.
Yep.
Just brutal strikes, a lot of submission type holds on Ciampa's neck, a lot of throat chops, which I don't like. Yeah, it like
Yeah.
chokes me up. At one point, Ciampa starts to get his groove back, hits a running knee, and then another running knee, which busts open Thatcher's ear,
Yes.
which
Mm-hmm.
I literally couldn't look at the rest of the match because I was getting nauseous. I was like, that's disgusting.
It's amazing. Kayfabe.
Kayfabe. You
I wonder
gotta
what-
specify.
I wonder what Road Dogg and Terry Taylor in the back thought when they saw that happen, because those dudes are tough as nails. When they saw that hit and that blood, they're probably like, Oh gosh, somebody make this go home.
Yeah.
We gotta get this guy out of there.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh boy.
after basically it wasn't long after that where the match ended. Ciampa had Thatcher in the ropes. He has the guillotine locked on for the count of 4,
Mm-hmm.
and as the ref was about to say 5, hits Willow's bell, which is the DDT, and
Yep.
Ciampa wins, and then they have a nice stare down after the match. Now,
Pretty much like you did
Part
your
2.
job. We're coming at again.
Part 2.
yeah, there's definitely going to be another match.
Best of 7 series. No, I'm just kidding.
Just the best of 7.
Best of 3, probably. I'll go best of 3.
Yeah, it's a good rivalry. This should have a
I
good
love it.
payoff.
I
North
love it.
American Championship payoff though.
Well, the winner of this should be in that hunt for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
You would assume so. I mean,
Maybe even NXT title hunt.
yeah.
Maybe.
If Champa goes over, yeah, NXT title. But if Thatcher goes over, I want to put him in that NXT North American title run first.
I don't know.
before I
He's gotten himself over pretty hot right now. A lot of people watch NXT, mainly the older generation that loves that older style. They tune in to see Thatcher. I'm interested to see if he has enough to. I mean, the logistic thing would be to put him at the North American Championship, but you don't want to see Thatcher and Finn Balor? Sign me up for that.
Yeah.
Thatcher and Cross.
That would be really cool.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
I'm telling you, he put him right in there. If he goes over and gets the next 2 wins straight and puts Ciampa down, why not? Punch your ticket, put him up there.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to build to Thatcher going over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Because-
always
I think
the
so.
person gets the first win, and then the other person gets the next 2. It
Yeah.
seems like.
Yeah, this match was about Ciampa making him and showing that this guy is legit and not just a bunch of beating up little guys. That he can go the distance with me. So
I would agree. So, following that, we got the strap match. Dexter Loomis taking on straight to the moon, Cameron Grimes.
He ain't going straight nowhere.
Cameron Grimes.
Oh yeah, you streamer Vanessa, you all were doing that last night. I was cracking up. Oh man.
Is there anybody in NXT that is more relatable and obnoxious, but at the same time you just can't help loving the guy than Cameron Grimes? Every time he walks on my screen, I'm like, there he is. There's that guy that just I love to see when he comes across the screen.
That's Kev. That's one of Kev's guys, and Kev's not even here to talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
Womp womp womp.
Disrespectful.
So y'all don't feel that way?
I don't know. I don't love Cameron Grimes. He's great in the ring, by far, like one of the best. Like he's very underrated.
Yep.
I just can't. I can't take him seriously.
Yeah, he's gonna have that charisma of like he's freaking amazing in the ring,
Mhm.
but he has that like comedy charisma, that like
Yeah.
New Day comedy charisma. Not like New Day, but like he's got if there was a crowd, it'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If he had a
Oh
crowd,
yeah.
it'd be amazing.
Oh yeah. I agree. He needs a crowd.
Oh,
So-
for sure. Like, I mean, it's definitely a lot better that they have like the few people they have there, but yeah, Grimes is one of those people who needs like it's just like the WarGames matches themselves. Like it needs
Yeah.
a crowd.
Yep. Agreed.
WWE's been good without a crowd. Like not good, but like they've kept themselves up.
They've done as good as they could do with the hand they've been dealt. They
Mhm.
really have.
Especially
I agree.
NXT.
Yeah. Especially NXT. Their piped in noise isn't as bad as Raw and SmackDown's.
Oh,
Because they
Well,
actually
well,
have people there.
Yeah, well, let's go there for a second. Did y'all expect this to be back in the CWC, or did y'all think they would go bigger for this one?
I still expected them to be in the CWC.
Hmm.
I thought they were gonna do like an outside kind of thing.
I did too. I thought they were going to go outdoors, but oh well. It was still great. I just thought they would go a little bigger.
I mean, like you were
It's
saying,
war
they
games.
they're doing what they can with the hand they're dealt. So
Right.
I can't be mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
But this match was something else. Cameron Grimes brings his own strap. He's like, I don't want to use the one that's in the bag. No, I brought my own. So before Loomis can even get his side of the strap on, Grimes starts beating him up, uh,
Brilliant.
throwing him on the out, tossing him around on the outside. The majority of this match just takes place on the outside of the ring. They were in the ring for maybe 5 minutes total. Match was like maybe 15 minutes, 5 of which was actually in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
The strap really comes into play. Uh, Grimes tries to run away multiple times, and Loomis, once he finally gets his hand in and the match officially starts yanking him around. Same thing with Grimes. He yanks Loomis over the barricade, which that was cool.
Yes.
He also blindfolds Loomis because
Mhm.
he's afraid
Harkening,
of Dexter Loomis.
harkening back to the match they just had 2 weeks ago.
Exactly,
So,
taking it back to the blindfold match they had. And they
Mhm.
even said it on commentary, like, this is not a blindfold match.
Right.
Starts whipping Loomis across the back. We brought this up on the NXT recap. Loomis just can't get a handle on this strap. He struggled a lot with it.
Yeah. I think is this his gloves
It
that
might
he's
be the
wearing?
gloves.
Might be the gloves, dude.
Might
Maybe.
be.
What the only thing that struck me as I was watching this match was Pat Patterson said this about Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon's ladder match. He said Shawn went out there and had a match for the ladder, and Razor just happened to be there. When I was watching this match, I thought to myself, Cameron Grimes is having a match with a strap. Dexter just happens to be there. Cameron Grimes knows how to work the entire ring, the entire outside of the ring. That strap became a third person. It was a triple threat match with a strap. It really was. It became a character to the point where the other strap came in, it became a character. Dexter plays the constant, I'm just here, stone, interact, hit when I have to, move when I have to. Otherwise, I'm slowly stalking you and waiting for you to make a mistake, and then I jump on you. And so to me, that just shows the brilliance that is Cameron Grimes. He's gonna be, I hate to say this, he's probably gonna be somebody Vince is not gonna care a thing for. But somebody like Triple H and Shawn know exactly what to do with him. And
Mm-hmm.
so I hope he, along with Ciampa and Gargano, are three of the pillars that are NXT quote unquote for life, because they have so much they can offer to the next generation of how to do old school psychology and old school ring work and really impart that. That's what I walked away with is going. Cameron Grimes may come off as a airheaded, egotistical, arrogant, whatever. The dude's brilliant, so smart, so smart.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is that all you got to say about it, Jay? It's just hell yeah.
Hey, Bama just went on a whole
Well,
freaking amazing
well,
promo.
well, Jay, from your perspective, being of the younger generation, when you see an old school match like this, what do you think, and what do you think about it?
Well, me being the new generation, I've always watched old matches. I like watching old matches. I like watching Eddie Guerrero matches back in the day. I liked watching, hate to say his name. I'm not even gonna say his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. His matches with back in WCW, back
Mm-hmm.
with Chris Jericho in WCW, back with like any kind of those matches. I like hard hitting matches. I like using the stuff around you as your working
Yes,
place. And
yes,
it's just freaking amazing. It's amazing
I
what
agree.
competitors can do nowadays, especially people like Cameron Grimes.
I agree. Same question I asked earlier. Do y'all think the right person went over?
Oof. Dexter's 2-0.
He is. So
I don't
technically,
like it.
this should be over.
Then get Cameron Grimes out of there and get him to somebody. Get him to Leon Ruff for fun.
Actually, Grimes vs. Ruff would be very entertaining. I'd be down
It
to
And
see
like,
that.
it would be actually.
and get Damian Priest to the NXT title picture.
Shoot Priest up to the NXT title. Hell, put Grimes in the North American title picture with
If he
Gargano.
lasts that long, Damian Priest is custom made for Vince McMahon.
Well, yes.
I'm scared. I'm scared we're fixing to lose him.
Has anybody went to WWE after War Games? I went to the main roster after War Games.
Has anybody come out in the Royal Rumble and stayed after War Games?
I don't think so.
I don't
They
think
only
so
do
either.
like a one time and then they just go straight.
I don't
to-
think so either. No.
Mm.
Mm.
But let's finish talking about this match. Grimes brings in a chair at one point. Obviously uses it. Has Loomis like sitting down in it, and he's going. He looks like he's gonna go for the cave in. Loomis utilizing the strap gets it around the leg of Cameron Grimes, trips him up. Grimes just smacks his face off the chair, head first, of course, and
Ouch.
Loomis has the silence, which it's so creepy. He has it locked in, and Cameron Grimes taps out. So Dexter Loomis wins again against Cameron Grimes. I think this is gonna be, if it isn't over, it's going to be over very, very soon between these two.
Maybe Grimes hits Loomis with a car and writes Loomis off for like a couple weeks.
Get out of here.
I say, where do you go from here? Lock him in a cage? Where do you go from here?
Loomis to the NXT title picture? No. Ooh, him and Karrion Cross. Whoa, I just had a ooh.
Oh no, dude. Oh, I lost my light there. Can y'all still see me? Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, no, dude. Loomis goes after Johnny Gargano.
For sure.
Yeah,
That's next. That's definitely where I would go.
that's the NXT next.
Well, speaking of Karrion Cross, following this match, we get a interesting vignette. It's the lights flicker in the CWC, and then we just see this vulture kind of just chilling, flying around, and then we see the clock, and all you hear is tick tock, and that's the end. And everyone's just like, "Oh shit, Karrion Cross is coming back."
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, we literally talked about it this past week.
Yep.
Cross is coming back, going after Finn, because
As he should.
as he should.
I
So-
really thought like my dad was funny. He saw the scarecrow and he thought, oh, not the scarecrow. What the hell?
It's a
The
vulture.
yeah.
Sure.
I'm working. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. And he says Sting, and I said, hell no, shut up.
Imagine.
He doesn't watch. He doesn't watch
No.
AEW, the other company.
Yeah,
So
but Sting is a crow. There's a difference between a crow and a vulture, and there's about a 20-pound difference between a crow and a vulture.
yeah, I was like half awake for a second because I had fallen asleep during the Karrion Cross little promo. Like I saw like the part of it. Fell asleep a little bit, like a 2-minute nap.
That did bring up a good question that Vanessa brought up on our preview last night. What do y'all feel about Karrion Cross having to drop the title for his injury, but Finn not having to drop it for his, and technically under contract, you have to defend it within 30 days or you lose it. And he's not defended it since beginning of October against Kyle O'Reilly. So
That can be Karrion's argument. He's
yeah,
like, why do you get the title and you're just holding my title.
I mean, they can definitely use that for Karrion Cross, like, going
I think so,
forward
too.
with this feud with Balor. Like, you shouldn't be champion. I should be. I shouldn't have had to relinquish. I mean,
Mhm.
you brought up a good point. Last night, they didn't necessarily 100% know Finn's, like, the extent of the injury. I mean, Cross, you could tell during that match, like,
he's not going to be okay. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Finn was bleeding out of the mouth. It's not the first time someone has been. So it's
Yeah.
a lot. That's a little trickier to determine then and there. But I mean,
Isn't it? It's weird. It's like so.
Are you?
It's like
I mean,
so weird.
would you guys have wanted him to say anything and say, you know, they tell me I can't defend it, but that doesn't mean I should lose it. Maybe I don't want to mean turning heel, but do you think there should have been a little bit of something in there that he kind of played off of and said, if I could defend this, I would, or y'all are lucky I can't defend it, kind of thing. Just
I don't think
I don't know.
he has to say anything. I mean, yeah, like the fans aren't stupid. Like we know that like you typically have the 30 days to defend it. Like multiple people have also lost their title or have gotten very close to losing their title. But they did the same, well, not even the same shit with Brock. Brock would just not defend his title for the longest time, yet he
So
was
true.
champ
So true.
forever.
There was
So
that
true.
one time he did it at like the Greatest Royal Rumble and didn't do anything till SummerSlam.
Exactly. So that was way more than 30 days.
That's
And
3 months.
I would even let the defense said that. Look, I'm no champ. This business watches me. I defend it when I want to defend it.
Brock vibes.
Maybe.
It's weird though that like it's funny that Karrion Cross is probably gonna come back for Finn Balor, and he had to relinquish his title. Balor had to relinquish his Universal title back in his day, and he never got his title back. He never got his rematch
You're also
until like
forgetting the
later.
main point that it was the same injury that put them
Yeah,
they both had
that's
to
what I was
relinquish
gonna.
their titles.
Yes.
That's what I
That's
was
why
gonna say.
that's why this story is so perfect. So
There's
perfect.
too many parallels.
Yes.
Somebody gets hurt again. No, I'm just kidding.
I hope not.
Don't put that juju out and damn it, Jay.
But dude, I'll say this though. You talk about two stiff guys, they lay it in.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a very physical match.
Oh yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Another amazing match, the North American Championship triple threat. So we had Leon Ruff, the champion, walking in, taking on Johnny Gargano, taking on Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Ruff. Like,
He got
kids,
it rough.
the kid's 100 pounds soaking wet.
Yep.
Especially, you're dealing with Damian Priest. Man's at least 6'5", could eat Leon Ruff
For dinner
for breakfast, actually.
Yeah.
and dinner.
It's Ruff.
It's Razor and 1-2-3 Kid all over again.
Yeah. I mean, it. Well,
And
yeah,
Shawn
because
Michaels.
yeah. Jesus, yeah, Johnny Gargano's basically HBK. You brought up Razor Ramon and 1-2-3 Kid. Damian Priest literally does a Razor's Edge to Leon Ruff and breaks the barricade.
Yes.
Did y'all see
Yes.
that lady on the other side that fell? That
Yeah,
dropped the other barricade?
yeah, she fell
Yes.
into the
Yes.
other side. It happens. It happens.
Got too close.
And immediately after he does that, Priest is like kind of looks like remorseful, and he kind of is
He
like,
was like, "Oh man, I hurt him."
he's like, "I'm
Yep.
sorry. Is he okay?" And Johnny Gargano's just like, "Ha, bye."
Yeah.
That's why I love Johnny. And then so Ruff gets taken to the back, and then we get a nice one-on-one for a little bit between Gargano and Priest, which we've seen before. The two of them have great chemistry together. Nothing new there.
Mm-mm.
But then Leon Ruff comes back out. Doesn't look like he's hurt at all. He's taking it to he takes it to both men. I give him that. I give him his props. He does very well. Not for long though.
No. That injury caught up with him.
Yeah, I mean, he ends up getting lawn darted into Damian Priest. Johnny Gargano ties Priest up in the ropes of the other ring, but facing the ring they're using.
Yes.
Puts Ruff in the Gargano escape in front of Priest's face, which was so good.
I love that.
Oh, I loved it.
That was beautiful. Damian Priest, being the giant he is, uses his legs and momentum and gets himself out of the ropes. And literally, while he's doing that, he's screaming at Ruff, "Don't tap!
Don't you
Don't
tap!
tap.
Don't you tap!"
Don't
Yep.
you tap!" Basically saves the match after he gets out. Jesus. I was like, Jay, you disappeared for a second. Oh my god. Are you one of the ghost faces that appeared?
No, but we know who is one of them,
We know who one is.
We know
So
who one is.
and that ruined the whole. I didn't like it. I don't like it. So I'm sorry.
we'll get
We'll
there.
get into that.
We'll get into
I
it.
don't
Hold
know.
on.
Yeah, hold on.
So at first, three men in ghost face masks appear, and I was like, okay, we knew there was three because there was three basically on NXT. Damian Priest fights him off, and then another three come out.
Retribution.
Basically, it's like spooky retribution, Dark Order. It's basically what
You-
it seemed like.
Be
Could have been Inner
honest.
Circle, like
Well, be
random.
honest. You wanted the Rascals, didn't you?
I really thought it was gonna be the Rascals.
That
I
would have
mean,
been great.
it's still possible
Because we don't know who the other two men are.
because
We don't know the other four.
the after Damian Priest takes literally all six out, he has Gargano set up for reckoning, Jesus, and gets hit in the back by a
With
lead
a-
pipe, and it's another Ghostface, not one that was taken out, just a
Yep.
separate one. And so that takes Damian Priest out of the match. Gargano hits one final beat on poor Leon Ruff, becomes a three-time North American champion. Johnny Gargano, that's my boy. See, RN and Kev had Damian Priest winning. They were like, oh, the ghost faces are gonna bite Johnny in the ass. No, they did
No,
not.
no.
I had
And
Rough. I don't care about anything.
No, I picked Johnny.
I
nah,
picked
see,
Rough.
And
Austin Theory,
I don't even like Johnny.
Austin Theory reveals himself to be the main. I'll say the main ghost face, the one who hit
Mhm.
Damian Priest with the lead pipe, and he
Right.
was like, "It was me, Austin, all along," which I thought was very clever.
Very clever.
Stupid, but clever.
Hmm.
Johnny
Yes.
doesn't need them, man. I don't care.
Yeah, so let me hear you guys' takes. How do you feel about Austin Theory being basically the main ghost face, and what do you think happens with Gargano and the NA title now?
Well, I don't like them. I don't feel like Gargano needs anybody. I know it's his heel tactics. I know heel tactic like he it shows, but like Gargano could have easily done something else. He could have like just used the lead pipe himself on
Mm-hmm.
somebody. He could have let like Gargano and Leon do it like duo, and then like when Priest is about to do something like his finisher to Leon, he hits him with the lead pipe. I don't think he needs henchmen because like Gargano is Mr. NXT. He doesn't need henchmen, and especially it being Austin Theory, which I don't like Austin Theory in general. I feel like
Right.
I just don't like him, and it's just like first of all, it should have been the Rascals, like y'all said. If it was gonna be the Screaming Page, it should have been the Rascals. It should have been, or it should have. If two men would have just popped out, took off their mask, and then like surprised Damian Priest, and then Gargano would have done his finisher without having to get involved in general, that would have been cool.
Right, Bama?
Everything you just said is why he had to do this, because he's Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Takeover, Johnny NXT. We got to see another side of him. He's done singles. He's done tag team. What he's never done is been the head of a faction. Now he has one. This is a chance for Johnny to show what it feels like to have that mafia feel, very similar to what Roman Reigns is doing on the main roster, except this isn't about family. This is more traditional. Protect me. And Austin Theory will get the rub just being next to Johnny. And I think that Austin Theory will adapt a lot of what I think they tried to do with Seth Rollins and didn't work out. So I think this is a safer place for this kind of stuff to be played around with. I am interested to see who the other faces are, because eventually I'm guessing we're going to see 3 or 4 people walking behind him. And so will Austin and a partner go after the tag team titles? And how long before Candice gets that championship and we finally see them as a power couple? So this is going to, and now that Austin is behind him, Johnny ain't losing this title anytime soon.
Mm-mm.
So I'm interested to see the stories that go after this. I think Dexter is the obvious next one in line. and Johnny can tell some good magic with him.
Dude.
And I don't know how long that'll go. Maybe Dexter gets it. Maybe Johnny gets it back. But I think Johnny. Nothing against him being the NXT champion. He did a great job when he was, but this title was custom made for him. This title is Johnny's title. And I think when you look at the legacy of Johnny Gargano, when he's finally said and done, I think when you think of Chris Jericho, Intercontinental Championship, Miz, Intercontinental Champion, Shawn and Razor, Intercontinental Champion, all that stuff, when you hear North American Championship, you're going to think Johnny Gargano. And I think that's what he's trying to do.
You said it best, Bama. I could see it. I would love to if it is the Rascals. I doubt it, but if it is, imagine them in Undisputed Era. Them four versus Undisputed Era.
Wow. That'd
Ooh.
be interesting.
Next year at WarGames?
Or
If
they
they-
bring back the three-way.
Yeah,
Like
that's
where
true. They could.
it could be if it's Pat McAfee's group again, if they stay together that long,
They're not gonna
and then
do
it
that.
could be they're not going to. But it'd be imagine Pat McAfee's group, Gargano's group, Cole's group.
Maybe.
That'd be kind of cool.
The other thing about this is that as bad as Johnny's heel persona is, we still kind of like him because he's Johnny.
Yeah.
If he has people doing his dirty work and protecting him and helping him win, we're gonna hate him real quick. We're gonna hate him real quick, and that's the other thing we need him to do is not be a good guy. Period.
Heel
So,
heat.
yeah, he needs real heel heat. Exactly. So
All right, let's move on to the final match of the night, the second WarGames match. We have the Undisputed Era, which, if you don't know, consists of Adam Cole, baby,
Baby!
Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong, taking on Team Pat McAfee, which consists of Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, or as Kyle says, Peter Dune, and the NXT Tag Team Champions, which everyone forgets, is Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. So going into this, Pat's team had the advantage because a masked man, not Pat McAfee at all, it was literally Pat McAfee, cost Kyle the ladder match. And Kyle O'Reilly and Pete Dunne started off. They could have just fought the entire match themselves.
thank you. The moment I saw Kyle go first, I'm like, all right, you good job, Kyle. Don't make Roddy go first like you always do. Way to go, Kyle. And then when Pete came down, I said, holy crap. All right. Yeah. Can the first round be 10 minutes? Can we just let them go for 10 minutes before anybody else comes in? Yep.
I
was
mean,
great.
they got a nice slugfest for the 5 minutes until Oni Lorcan. Well, I would like to point out that Pat McAfee tries to go, and Oni Lorcan's like, no, I'll go. Which we know damn well Pat McAfee was not going in there second.
The little things. It's the little things
Can't
that
stand
make
Pat
him
McAfee.
so good.
So Oni Lorcan comes in. Kyle does his best to hold them both off. At one
poor
point, they
Kyle.
have a double submission on Kyle. Yeah, poor Kyle. But
Man.
his lifelong tag team partner, Bobby Fish, to the rescue. Bobby
Hell
comes in
yeah.
after the 3 minutes. The tag team work between Bobby and Kyle is beautiful. Like, there's no other way to describe it.
FYI, Bobby Fish is 44 freaking years old and he moves like that. Phenomenal.
It's crazy.
Phenomenal.
So, obviously, the four of them have a nice go around. Danny Burch, again, Pat McAfee. Oh no, don't worry, Pat, I'll go. Danny Burch comes out. He grabs an orange bag which has two cricket bats. I'm putting it in quotes because they kind of looked foam, like the mallet that was used in the.
Yeah.
Not at all. No. No, I'm just kidding.
Tell them the line. Let's see. Oh, they have. So at one point, Kyle O'Reilly literally has the heel hook on Danny Burch, and Danny Burch taps.
Yes.
Now, had this match actually been started, Undisputed Era would have won. But, like we discussed earlier, all 8 competitors need to be inside the cage
Right.
for the
Right.
match to start. And the 3 minutes go by. Roddy, come on down. And Roddy just starts going to town. Roddy's very underrated.
I've said on numerous occasions, okay, pick which of the four you want to get in the ring with. He's the last on my list.
His chops are nasty.
He's gonna outlast you cardio wise, and he's gonna break your freaking back. Every move he does targets the back. Every single one.
Oh,
he's
yes.
he's notorious for back in PWG. He has one of the hardest hitting chops. Like people did not want to take chops from
No.
him.
No.
I feel like I would die. I would have one chop, I'd be dead.
The only person I've seen chop harder than him is Chris Benoit.
You could also say Kenny Omega has a very hard chop.
I will agree. Kenny's up there too.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of people, but
Yeah.
I do know that Roddy, like numerous people have said, like I'm pretty sure the Bucks have also said like Roddy's chop nasty, strong,
Mm-hmm.
Roger strong. It all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So finally, we get the next 3 minutes, and Pat finally comes into the match. But no, don't worry. He comes in with 4 tables, each one marked with the Undisputed Era symbol and all the last name. So each member gets their own table.
In
Which
the words of
Brilliant.
Bully, get
Brilliant.
the tables.
Brilliant. 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 Loved it.
it was very smart. And so basically he's just sitting on the top turnbuckle, letting the Goon Squad, as I've called them on NXT before, letting the Goon Squad handle business. The guys end up getting Roddy on the table, which I think actually was his table.
Yes. Yes.
And McAfee hits a moonsault off the top, puts Roddy through the table.
Beautiful moonsault.
It was a beautiful moonsault.
His moonsault is Kurt Angle-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect form. Perfect form.
It
Beautiful.
is a good moonsault. I hate Pat McAfee, but it's a damn good moonsault.
He just lets himself fly.
I mean, let's just put this out of the way now. As a athlete, as a guy who respects and loves this business, I couldn't love the guy more. But as a heel, I want every bone in his body broken when they're done with him. And that's the art of being a good heel. And that's why I hate this generation that doesn't get it and is afraid to say something or do something or act a certain way in the ring because of the Twitter hate or the social media hate or you're too mean or that's bullying or what. If you want to be a hated heel that truly gets baby faces over, you gotta do this stuff. And him, MJF, and now I guess Roman Reigns are the only 3 I can think of in the business that are willing to not care and say and do whatever they want to say. And I mean, can we honestly say now, how much more do you guys think of Kevin Owens putting him next to Roman Reigns now? That would not happen with Roman Reigns 3 years ago. It only happens with this. How much more do we want the Undisputed Era to whip this team's butt because of who their leader is?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else as their leader, we don't care nearly as much. That's the art of being a money heel. And we need a bunch more of those guys in NXT.
Yeah, we do.
Well, after those 3 minutes go by, we get the final person entering the WarGames match. Of course, it's Adam Cole.
Baby!
I still can't believe you guys do it for Adam Cole. You didn't do it for me. It's fine. Whatever.
You're not Adam Cole?
I'm the Adam Cole of the podcast.
Okay, Katie.
It has been said. It has been said. Thank you.
You're
So before Adam goes into the ring, he's smart. He's like, okay, well, the 4 of them are literally waiting by the door. He goes underneath the ring, grabs the fire extinguisher, sprays them in the face, grabs a chair which also has the UE logo on it, which I didn't realize until later in the match.
Right. Yeah.
And so he enters, and the match finally becomes official. And this is where it's all hell breaks loose. very hard to take notes, but we try our best. So we get the nice stare down between Adam Cole and Pat McAfee from different rings.
Yep.
Pete Dunne obviously gets in no man's land, starts taking it to Cole.
Flashback to Survivor Series last year.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing.
Yep.
Yes, it was. At one
So
point,
many callbacks.
all 6 men are being like held back by each other while Pat McAfee has the figure 4 locked on Adam, and then Adam reverses it, so it's locked in on Pat.
Yep.
Let's see. So the table didn't break. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yep.
Pete Dunne looked so confused. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they improvised on the fly, so it was. I don't remember which Undisputed Era's table it was.
It was Cole.
It was Adam
Yeah, it
Cole's.
was Cole's.
Okay. So
I was disappointed in
Cole's
that.
table. Danny Burch is. They get Danny Burch on top. They hit a power bomb on Pete Dunne onto Danny Burch.
Not high enough.
Table does not break.
Yeah.
So,
not high enough, and on the end where the support is, that's not going to break. You got to hit it in the middle.
So Roddy gets on the top turnbuckle, jumps onto them. Table finally breaks.
It breaks really well.
So it's all right. You just gotta improvise quite well.
Yep.
It's freaking hilarious.
And then on the opposite ring, Adam Cole shoves Pat McAfee off the top turnbuckle. Pat does a nice movie-esque flyback and goes through O'Reilly's table.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it was O'Reilly's.
Beautiful.
I do remember that. Yeah. If the table would have been closer, I think it would have been a lot cooler. It would have looked less like
planned.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You're right.
I feel like the table.
Was there a call out to that? I heard a call out during the match. I heard a big call out.
You probably heard something, yeah.
It's very possible. I feel like this one I wasn't like listening as much. I was just like so focused.
Well, something I did catch on with this is like, and Kyle O'Reilly, I'm sure you're probably going to get to in a second, but when he's calling Pat out and hyping everybody up, when they do some of their spot calls, they do it in a taunting way. Like, you wanted this, buddy. You brought the table in. You ready? Okay, here we go. You know, I mean, so in essence, it's a spot setup, but it feels like a taunt, and it feels like a jab.
It feels organic.
Exactly. And that's again, that's the art of psychology, is masking these things where we don't see them coming. So now, but I don't think Cole was the one saying it was. Cole was just trying to get him off.
I don't know.
Was it Cole saying it?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I'm gonna rewatch it again tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, probably tomorrow I'll watch it again for sure.
Instead of Raw.
Yes.
Watch the recap.
Thanks. Thanks, Jay. Can always count on you.
Yeah.
Oh, the recaps
to not do your homework and watch me and Kyle.
I'm the smartest kid in the class. What do you want me to do?
Let's be honest. The recap's more entertaining than the show.
You know what?
Oh, you heard it here first.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to let Kyle know, because I always give him crap for not listening. He listened twice in a week.
And said, I don't want to hear shit for that. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, well, I'll call him out again if he is not listening to this now.
You can quote that and tweet it. Bama Dave said Smack to Raw recap of Monday Night Raw is better than Monday Night Raw.
Maybe I'm not gonna tweet it because I don't want people coming at me, but it's implied.
I'll do it. I don't care.
Okay, Jay's a child. Go ahead. So at one point, Pat McAfee tries to climb out of the cage, but like he would literally lose. So all of Undisputed Era is like, no. So they get him. But one thing before they do that, they have Pete Dunne, Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan, in between the cage and the ropes in the one ring, like the furthest ring. And
Yes.
all 4 members of Undisputed Era
Love when they do this.
take a shot on Pete Dunne. He's down. Take a shot on Lorcan. He's down. Take a shot on Birch. He's down. And then they have a nice 4-on-1 assault on Pat McAfee.
Should have used kendo sticks
No, that was used
No,
earlier.
no, not this way. This
or
is
a steel
personal.
chair.
This is
or-
personal, dude. This is fist.
You know
This
what?
is
You're not. You're
spin.
right.
This is personal.
Straight elbows.
So
And it's I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but
That's okay.
I commented to the Discord earlier. This is those 2 things you just said. The lineup hit, whatever you want to call it. I call it the hitting wall. The hitting wall, and then the 4-on-1 wolf assault that they did on Pat McAfee. These are some of the things that make me think 4 horsemen when I look at this group. They are not about protecting Ric Flair. They're not about protecting the gold. They're about protecting the unit. They're about protecting the brand. And so when I see them doing this, it makes me immediately think, hey, is there any faction since maybe Evolution that has this tight-knit camaraderie of protect each other until finally Triple H's ego got so big it became all about him? But is there any faction since the early 2000s that has been like this? I can't think of one.
Mm-mm.
It's phenomenal to watch. It's beautiful.
It is. Shut up, Jay. I heard you mumbling under your breath down there.
Phenomenal.
So as they're assaulting basically Pat McAfee, the goons come back to life. They all start brawling. Pat McAfee ends up on the top of the freaking cage, thinks he's Jeff Hardy, hits a swanton bomb. Nobody catches the guy.
Scared me to
No.
death.
Dude, I was like, oh, he dead.
I was
dead.
like, oh, he died.
I was like,
Yeah.
he's got cracked vertebrae. He's got a broken hip. Somebody get him into the hospital now.
He's fine.
Unbelievable.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine.
Sadly. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude.
So everyone's basically down
Kayfabe.
except the Iron Men of the WarGames match, Pete Dunne and Kyle O'Reilly.
Back to where we started.
Another slugfest ensues. Kyle kicks out of the bitter end, and I was shook. I was like, oh man, Kyle's gonna lose it for the boys, and they're all gonna turn on him. Kyle pulling through. Kyle kicks out of the bitter end, which is very rare.
Yes.
So then after this, everyone starts coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Cole comes over. Pat McAfee also, of course, comes to it's like the right ring and hits a low blow to Adam Cole, who's going to use a steel chair because everything's legal in his fucking WarGames match.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's a nice pump kick by Adam Cole to Pat McAfee. Basically, he hits one on everybody at one point. Bobby Fish hits a spear through Birch.
His own table.
Through Birch, through his own table in No Man's Land.
That was beautiful.
That was cool. I did like that.
It should have been like that for everybody. Everybody should have put somebody.
How about the high-low with Bobby Fish and Roddy Strong with the chair on Oni Lorcan?
Yeah, that's
Woo!
well. Before that happened, Cole hits a super kick and a Panama Sunrise on Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee kicks out, and I was like, "You gotta be fucking joking!" I was like, "There's no way." I was like, and Kyle said it in the chat too. Adam Cole has won championships with the Panama Sunrise, which I'm so happy he brought back from his PWG days. Pat McAfee kicks out, and everyone's just like, "What the fuck?" Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Pete Dunne ends up hitting the bitter end onto a chair on Adam Cole, hits Cole like right in the sternum. I was like, I'm done.
Poor Cole.
It reminded me of the street fight he had with Aleister Black when when his spine hit the 2 chairs. It was the exact same thing basically is what they reminded me of.
And right then I had a question in my mind. Okay, if Cole ain't gonna win this, who's gonna get the pin? because for the whole time I was like, I thought Cole would get it on Pat, but when that move was hit on that chair, I immediately knew Cole ain't gonna win this. So
Mhm.
who's gonna be the guy? So
Well, we see the high low by Bobby and Roddy with a chair on Oni Lorcan. And
mhm.
as the chair is just across his face, Kyle just hits a knee from the top rope onto Lorcan, and Kyle wins it for the Undisputed Era boys.
Hello, boy. The Iron Man. Of course he'd
Literally
get it.
the Iron Man of the War Games,
The
Kyle O'Reilly.
Katie of Undisputed Era.
Yes.
The Katie of Undisputed Era.
Mr.
Uh,
KOR, the most improved member of the group.
Breakout star of the year.
Absolutely. Male anyway. I'll give
No.
Shotzi female. I'll give Shotzi female. I'll give him male. Hands down.
yeah, I
Hands
mean,
down.
what a match. What a pay per view. What a takeover. Just.
And I feel so so vindicated for everybody that said, I'm done with them. Break them up already. Put Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly again. All the stuff we've heard for since Pat McAfee and Adam Cole had their thing of, well, this is going to make Adam Cole get an ego problem because all he cares about is Pat McAfee. He don't care about the gold anymore. He don't care about the group anymore. They're going to turn on Adam. They're going to send him up to the main roster. 6 months I've heard this crap. 6 months I've heard people saying it's time for the Undisputed Era to come to an end. It's time for them to find a way to beat each other up, whatever. And I even said last night, if you're going to do anything to them, either babyface Adam Cole or do something and put some shine on Bobby Fish, who never gets any shine for being how awesome he is. Do something with him and use him to turn the story in a new direction. But when that pay-per-view ended and the four of them stood there doing this, to me it was like, okay, freeze frame this. The greatest faction probably of our generation. They will be legends for years to come.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Legends.
incredible.
It was.
Amazing.
It was just overall a fantastic night. The Undisputed Era is not breaking up tonight, at least. Hopefully,
Not to
never. But we all said that about New Day, and they did us dirty. So we're not gonna get into that right now.
But this isn't the main roster. There's not stupid people running this.
and at least they didn't turn on each other.
I would rather, yeah. At least I thought Big E was gonna turn. That would have been cool.
Well,
Do you guys think there is any chance they would actually look at these four as money and let them come up together?
If it's Vince McMahon, no.
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 If it's Vince, no chance.
The only
And
thing
now.
he sees is Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing he sees.
He's gonna bury. If he brought up all four of them, he'd break up. He'd probably send O'Reilly and Fish to SmackDown and keep Strong on Raw and bury Strong.
Strong will
Mm-hmm.
chase the 24/7 title.
Yep.
No, don't make me cry. Don't not on stream.
But we're not gonna talk about that because right now
No,
they're all together. They're still in NXT. That's all that matters.
We're not
and they're
putting
the
Juju into the air.
real kings of NXT.
Exactly.
I gotta give it up to Pat McAfee though. Like for him doing physical and absolutely like they deserve the main event spot. And like he took all the bumps and he
Yes,
looked like a natural pro
massive
wrestler.
respect.
He looked
The
like
only
a
thing
natural.
the only thing better is if he got in color. That'd be the only thing better.
He ain't doing it. He has a show to do tomorrow morning. He ain't doing it.
Oh, dude, you don't want him to see with a big band-aid on his show going, oh yeah, I earned this, buddy. He would
No,
have
because
he
he's
would
gonna
have
talk
done it.
about when he did the Swanton bomb. He's like, I killed myself. I almost killed myself. And he's gonna
That's a good
regret it.
point. That's a good point. He ain't done though. He'll be back. He loves it. He'll be back.
Mhm.
Well, this has been the NXT Takeover War Games recap.
Mhm.
Thank you again to Bama Dave and Loyalty J for stepping up and doing this with me. Where can the people find you on the socials, Bama?
I think it's right here at Bama Dave 24 on Twitter. I'm occasionally heard also on Putting You Over, so you can come check us out over there. And again, always be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment on Smack Raw Podcast. These guys do an amazing job. It's an honor to be on here with you guys.
Thank you. Jay, where can the people find you, child?
You can find me on Twitter at LoyaltyJTTV. You can find me on Instagram at JG1030. You can also find me here randomly at times, and possibly be the new team of NXT in January when everything's said and done.
To be determined.
To be determined, or I might end up being the whole host. We will never know.
Shit.
I think there's only one person who deserves to be the full-fledged host of this. Her last name is Bebe, and that is undisputed.
Tell them where to find you, Katie.
Oh, well, you can find me on Twitter at Katie Rasslin. That's WRASSLIN, no G, 13 on Twitter. Follow the show at SmackDrawPod on Twitter. Again, the youtube.com/SmackDrawPodcast. Hit up the Patreon. Again,
Oh yes, hit up the Patreon.
of course, hit up the Patreon.
Please
know
do
much
that.
about that.
Like Bama said, we also can always be found here on twitch.tv/puttingyouover. The next recap will be Kyle and I doing Raw.
I'm so sorry.
Tuesday morning? I'm going to say
Yes.
Tuesday morning. But every
You'll
time I
find me
say
anywhere.
something's going to happen on a recap, the next recap, everything's wrong and changed. So don't
Who
hold me
knows?
to it.
Maybe you'll see me and Bama on there. Who
Mhm.
knows? Everything's subject to change sometimes.
Everything's
well.
going to change now.
But the
All right.
show will go on.
The
Oh,
show,
yes.
the show,
And
it
Katie
will always
be
go
the
on
host.
because
And
I'm
Katie
here
will be-
trying my
Oh,
best.
yes.
Right, Katie.
Or you might see Savannah on it. Who knows?
Who knows?
Great job.
Well, until then, thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you guys soon. Bye bye.
Boom, 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 boom.